Tesla's company culture is nowhere near as innovative as it could be. As a company culture coach, here's what I would change at Tesla. First up would be Tesla's employee handbook. While Tesla's handbook claims to be the anti-handbook, it's not quite as radical as it likes to think. While its tone and style is informal, the attitude it puts across is as old and as outdated as the car industry it's so desperately trying to disrupt. For example, the tone in parts of the handbook are just patronising and condescending. It says, "Our assumption will be that if you don't call and don't show up for work, you're a jerk. You better have a really good reason for not letting us know why you didn't come in or you're out of here. One time is enough." I would agree with corporate rebels that this book feels more like an anti-employee handbook. When people working at Tesla are so incredibly passionate about the mission and the products they're creating, it baffles me that Tesla takes such a negative tone towards their people. If I was leading the culture at Tesla, I would be working with the team to rewrite these rules with the mindset of treating adults like adults. Assuming the worst from people straight off with such a bad vibe is only going to leave a bad taste in everyone's mouth. Plus, if these are the problems you're facing in your company culture, perhaps you've got to fix your recruitment process first rather than your handbook. Elon claims to be a modern day pirate, but Tesla is being run like every other corporate in America, filled with ridiculous rules and bad attitudes towards employees. And I would make the handbook way more fun. From the company who tried to make sexy merchandise, this handbook is anything but sexy. Yet another black and white handbook that doesn't shout innovation or engagement. Next up would be Tesla's remote work policy. At the moment, Tesla's remote work policy is come to the office or lose your job. That's the policy at Tesla. And is it just me, or does anyone else feel disappointed by such an outdated mindset? Giving people the choice on how and when they work brings the best out of them. Instead, Tesla are creating a culture similar to the factory setting people experienced when working at Ford in the 1900s. While Tesla does have some flexible working policies, I truly don't feel like it goes far enough. To me, it comes across as having to list flexible working as a benefit, rather than viewing flexible working as a way of working that helps people create their best work. If I was at Tesla, I would instill self-management, giving people the power and autonomy to choose how they work, when they work, and what goals need to be achieved. This isn't unrealistic. We've seen other large international companies adopt self-management, such as Haier, one of the world's largest white and brown goods manufacturers with over 80,000 employees. The Chinese company have liberated themselves from corporate bureaucracy and built a company that is not only innovative, but entrepreneurial. If you're eager to learn more about some of the biggest worldwide brands and their company cultures, download my ebook, The Ultimate Examples of Company Culture, where I've listed the good, the bad, and the ugly from some of the most well-known brands. Next on my list would be Tesla's lack of diversity and inclusion. Tesla has gained much criticism in the press and on social media for its clear struggles with diversity. Unfortunately, it's a common story in Silicon Valley, an egocentric CEO using the business as his own playground, doing what he likes, saying what he likes, and ultimately creating a boys' club culture that treats anyone who isn't white and male like a second-class citizen. If I was at Tesla, I would decentralize the power from the top and restructure the company, creating networks of teams rather than layers of hierarchy. By restructuring the company in this way, you immediately gain more diversity and inclusion and improve communication. You no longer have people manipulating their power over others, and communication isn't lost in all the layers of bureaucracy. When we have one person in power, all sorts of problems occur. We get a biased viewpoint, we get unconscious discrimination and limited innovation, because it's what that one person says goes. One person versus the collective. CEOs and those at the top are too often far removed from the real life problems of their teams and customers, yet those at the top are making the decisions based on diluted information and lack of first-hand experience. Even in interviews, CEO Elon Musk has openly said that he no longer gets to visit teams and the factory floor as much as he used to. If Tesla has more autonomous networks working together, imagine the innovation it could create. Elon has openly stated in interviews that at Tesla, they don't consciously work on culture. Instead, it's in the way they act and behave. But this is every leader's blind spot. By not consciously working on those actions and behaviors and the culture you're creating, you're not laying the expectations and the rules of engagement as a team. Instead, everyone just copies the actions of those in charge, and they're not often the best example. Tesla's purpose and vision is crystal clear to all who work there, but the very environment that's been created undermines everything it's striving for. For an innovative and forward-thinking company, you would expect the same of its culture. By no means is any company culture perfect. It's a mindset about progress over perfection. Thanks for watching, and I hope that this has given you some food for thought about your company culture. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I post monthly content all around the topic of workplace culture.